Okay, I want to keep this video kind of short compared to some of my other tier list videos because I know those tend to get really long. I know I made one that's like over an hour, almost 2 hours, and I don't want it to be that long, so I'm going to make this kind of short and just summarize what I think about the game real fast. So bottom tier, Goku Black, is not really that far off from this tier, but he lacks a certain fundamental thing that you need in fighting games, and that is the ability to mix people up. He doesn't really have good ways to mix people up, and so I feel he's the worst character in the game. What I mean by not really great ways to mix people up, I mean most of these other characters can supplement literally all of having 50-50s with some kind of conditioning mix-up, right? Like cross-up versus same-side super dash. But even his cross-up, even his command grab that he has, even his 50-50 that he can set up is just not good enough. He's not good at hitting people, and I feel like that is reason enough to put him down here. I could explain more in the comments, but again, I want to keep this video kind of shorter. C tier are characters that are just a couple steps away from playing the game properly, and what I mean by Videl doesn't have a reflect, SSJ Goku doesn't have good mix-ups, Zamasu doesn't have good neutral, Frieza doesn't have good pressure and mix-ups. Cooler doesn't have good 50-50s, and also shit frame data, and also not great knockdowns. Super Broly kind of lacks mix-up. Android 16 has bad frame data and gets out neutral by most characters. So all these characters are kind of missing. Oh yeah, he doesn't get sliding knockdowns, he builds shit meter. All these characters are kind of missing something that I feel is fundamental to succeed at the high level, or the top level. So that's why they're down here. Even though they do have good things of their own, like for example Zamasu doing his damage, or for example Super Broly's neutral is pretty good. Anyway, up here, these are characters that are viable and can play the game but could stand to use some buffs. Yamcha is in here because he's really outdated, nobody plays him anymore. He loses a lot of really common scramble situations because his buttons are small, etc. SJ Vegeta, similar story. Gogeta Blue has bad frame data still has neutral problems. Tien still has self-damage. Nappa still has neutral problems. Janemba doesn't do enough damage and also still has some mix-up problems. Trunks doesn't have great frame data, also has some mix-up problems. So, like, all these characters are, like, they're not horrible, but they could just stand to use, like, a little something extra. A tier is basically the start of what you will mostly see at top level in this game, with the exceptions of there are still some top level Yamchas, there are still some top level Trunks players. But yeah, like, and Krillin is not very played, but Krillin is not a bad character. I don't feel like he deserves to be down here. So Cell is sort of like scraping the bottom of what this could be because he still has neutral problems. Like, he only really has beams in neutral. His neutral is not very good. But on point, he can kind of mitigate that by having 2 assists behind him, and his pressure is really good. Piccolo is another example. He's not really great without meter, but you can play him and give him meter, and he can do good things. Roshi still has a really broken assist. Krillin has a great assist, and also provides other support like a double super and the mix-up, the forbidden mix-up, that kind of thing. Adult Gohan with level up is a great meter builder. This guy is also a great meter builder, great character. This guy still has B assist. B assist is really good, and great neutral, you know, really great combo routes, yeah, that kind of thing. This character would be higher tier if it wasn't for his neutral, which, if you want to know why I think his neutral bad, just comment, I'll comment it. Ginyu, his only problem is you need to team build around him, and if he doesn't succeed, you basically are wasting a character slot on a character that didn't help you for the rest of the game, or for the whole game. Kefla is like borderline up here, but I feel like she just gets out-neutraled by a lot of these characters, and that hurts her matchup, so that's really the only reason I have her down here. And now S tier. This is really the characters that you're seeing a lot of, especially in Europe, for example. You see a lot of Vegetos in Europe. You see a lot of hits. You see a couple of hits in Europe. This character is starting to show his true colors around this time. You know, everyone knows Bardock is still pretty good. Android 17 has a broken-ass barrier assist, that kind of thing. All these characters have something that makes them really desirable in the current metagame. So, for example, Majin Buu can eliminate sliding knockdowns. Jiren has really broken neutral. He can basically play the entire game by himself. And that brings me to top tier. So top tier, we have Teen Gohan, we have Baby Vegeta, we have UI Goku, Z Broly, Gotenks, Android 21. I think all these characters have something in common. They are all the top of their class at whatever they do. So what do I mean by this? Teen Gohan builds the most bar, does the most damage, has a DP, succeeds the most as a point character. He's probably the best point character on paper in the game. Baby has a really good assist, really good neutral, really strong damage even without assists. He's a really great support character, probably the best support character in the game. UI Goku definitely beats everyone in neutral because he has the 6H and all that kind of shit. He's the best gorilla in the game. He just lets you slow the game down and win footsies, and that's all you have to do to play this character. Z Broly is definitely the best grappler in this game. He has a great grab, he has awesome neutral, he has double supers to do combo routes, he has a great assist. He's definitely a great mid-anchor character, awesome character. Gotenks can cover sliding knockdowns by himself and mix you up off of them and two-touch off of them. He has great combo routes. He can build a lot of meter off those combo routes and refresh his ghost to do it all again. He can basically do anything he has to do by himself except for hit you, which is then when you use Super Dash Assist, he has a low 2L, he could still hit you. Great. Android 21 has great neutral. She has super easy, unfuck-upable combos that do great damage. She has awesome footsies, probably the best footsies in the game. She has the steals, which are really good. She has probably the best level 3 in the game. And you might be wondering, why is 21 better than Gotenks? The only reason I think 21 is better than all these characters over here is because 21 is super consistent. So UI is also consistent, but I think we can probably agree that UI, neutered from his former self, doesn't have... Well, he does have better neutral than 21, but 21 doesn't have to commit because she has 2S, which is hardly a commitment at all. She has a much better JM. She has much more damaging combos even without a sliding knockdown. She has a much better level 3, so she can do that kind of thing way better. She's not a better support character than Baby, but she's also just a better character, period. So Baby has problems, for example, mixing you up without assists or without certain setups. 21 can just hit you with her cross-up because her cross-up is really fast and really good, and sort of just mix you up by playing the game herself. She's not a better point character than Teen Gohan, but she doesn't need to be because by themselves, she's a better character. So in other words, she's kind of like the best solo character in the game, and that's kind of why I have her up here. You can probably debate, you know, Gotenks is better because Gotenks has ghosts and all that other shit that 21 just straight up can't do, but I feel like from consistency and from just playing the character and being biased as fuck, because I'm definitely not an unbiased person, 21 is definitely the best character in the game. When I play this character, I feel a power I don't feel playing any other character, and she's brain dead easy as fuck. Anyone can pick this character up and play her at a top level. So that's my tier list. I wanted to keep this brief. I can answer like individual questions about characters in the comments, but yeah, peace.